Hey beauties, welcome to my channel. Look what I have in my makeup loving hands. This is the palette that is the Cool Tone Lover's Dream. This is the brand new Haze palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, or ABH as we call her in the makeup community here. I am so excited to try out this palette for you guys. I had so much fun creating 4 different looks with this palette, and I cannot wait to show you what this palette can do. So please make sure that you stay tuned till the end of the video to see all the different looks. And please also make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell if you haven't already done so. We have so much fun talking about all the latest in makeup and beauty here on my channel, and we are a growing community of beauty lovers and friends. We would seriously love to have you here. So if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing and hitting that little notification bell. All right, let's get this party started. So let us get into this beautiful Cool Tone palette, which so many of you wanted to see. I had mentioned in a prior video when I was reviewing the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow sticks that recently came out, which I love and totally recommend. I asked you guys if you wanted to see this, so you have asked, and I'm here to deliver. Let's do this. So this is a beautiful color story. So a lot of neutrals. We have this beautiful blue shade right here. This is the Embers palette that came out during the fall of last year, and this is the new Haze palette. I really want to dedicate this video to the Haze palette, but I'll just swatch these side by side so you can see a comparison. But I do want to use this one day soon in the video because look how beautiful this is. I think Morgan Turner said that she absolutely loved this palette, and I could see why. It's a beautiful color story. So I'm excited to try this, but this is the star of today's show. She's getting our full attention. She has our attention. We're here. We are ready for the Haze palette. That's the star of today's show, and that is the focus. But I will give you a little bit of comparison. I am also going to swatch this compared to the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Moonlit palette, just to see if you need both. But let's swatch this. Okay, so I have swatched this palette, and I have to say, I am even more excited to use it now because look at these swatches. Do you see this blue, rusty orange shade that shifts right there? Absolutely stunning. Look at the shimmers. This is absolutely beautiful. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Haze palette, and she is a stunner. I'm trying to kind of did it on a slant, so I'm kind of like twisting. Excuse me for that. Is that going to get me kicked out of the YouTube Academy? There's so many requirements. It's so hard. And then now I also swatched the Amber palette on this side. It's interesting. This blue shade on both of these palettes, they don't look similar necessarily in the pan, but when you swatch them, they're kind of similar. But here are the comparisons. So we have a green shade in the Haze palette, that blue shade, and then definitely more warm tones. Here are definitely more cool tones, but there is a somewhat similarity. Can you imagine if I got a delivery right now, how much explaining I would have to do answering the door like this? And I probably would. I would totally forget that this is on my hands and be like, hey, Rob, my UPS guy who's wonderful. Like, hey, Rob, how's it going? What's going on? How's 2026 going for you? And totally forget that I have this on my hands. Let me tell you something a little bit funny, actually, just to give you a little bit of glimpse into my daily life. So now, anytime I have something on my shirt where I'm wearing like buttons or anything, I keep thinking that I have my microphone on, or I'll be going throughout the day and I'll look down at my shirt and be like, oh, did I forget to turn off my microphone? I don't know if that's like a common YouTube thing when people make YouTube videos, but that's the thing now for me. I constantly think I have a microphone on my shirt, or that I went about my day with my microphone on and forgot to take it off or something. So it's actually very funny. I keep thinking that I have my microphone on, or I don't know. It's just a thing now. But anyway, I would totally answer my door like this and forget that I have it on. Story time over. So I think that these palettes, when you look at them from far away, they're not similar, but they're not totally different either. I think that if you were looking for a green tone in a palette, this would definitely be your better option out of the two, or more warm tones. This is definitely more of a cool tone palette on the Haze side. But, you know, they have some similarities. That blue is not that different, right? If you build this up, I think you could get it to this level. But both palettes are very, very pigmented. Let me tell you a little bit about the Haze palette before we actually start putting it on my makeup loving eyes. This palette retails for $32. It's sold at Sephora and Ulta and Nordstrom. I will link everything down below, including what I have on my face today. Today I have on the Outside In Serum Foundation, Rare Beauty Blush, Westman Atelier Contour, and Westman Atelier Highlighter / Blush Duo. And then also Natasha Denona Lip Gloss. So I will link everything down below. And if you use my links, I greatly appreciate your support because it is a way to support my channel. And I greatly appreciate any time you decide to use my links. It really helps me out. So I just thank you in advance if you decide to do that. But I will have everything listed down below. And of course, as always, If you have any questions about any of the products I'm trying or anything that I'm wearing or jewelry I have on, anything in my background, whatever it may be, let me know and I would be happy to help if I can. So this palette retails for $32 and it is an essential mini eyeshadow collection featuring 9 full pigment eyeshadows from earth tone neutrals to hazy hues in matte and metallic finishes. And you can either create soft, sculpted looks or build bold intensity for a multi-dimensional finish. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do bold, multi-dimensional, soft, subtle, all those things. It's all going to be in this one palette. That's what Anastasia Beverly Hills is telling us, and I have no reason to doubt it. So let's get this on my face. I'm going to prime my eyelids. So I've primed my eyelids with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer in the shade Eden, and I will link that down below as well. We're going to go in with this shade first as a base shade. Now these are powdery. You can't see. Oh, there it is. There's the powder. You can see it. These are quite powdery, so make sure that you tap. Oh, you can see the powder again. But anyway, trust me, they're powdery. So my plan is to do 2 different looks and then one final cohesive look so that I look somewhat presentable here on YouTube instead of having 2 different eyeshadow looks. Again, the powder. Okay. Oh boy. I'm using a Rephr #1 brush. So that's going on very creamy. Okay, so that is just that first shade all over as a base shade. Now I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Tap, tap. Okay. So there's not a ton of difference between those shades. Maybe I should have just used the primer on the inner corner, but let's try to see if we could build this up. Oh no, there is definition there. Okay. And now I'm going to go in with maybe this shade right here. And this is a Nikki LaRose N13 brush. Tapping with that. I'm just going into the outer corner and the crease. So even though these are powdery, I'm not getting a lot of fallout underneath, which is good. They're just so buttery smooth. So that is this shade right here in the outer corner and the crease. So I think that's beautiful for a daytime look, for an everyday look. Really beautiful, just so easy to use. No fuss. That's pretty. So it seems like Anastasia Beverly Hills is really having quite a moment right now. I'm telling you, these eyeshadow sticks have become an instant favorite. I love them. You guys love them. You compliment me very nicely on how they look on camera. So I've really been enjoying them. I definitely recommend them. They came out with a ton of shades, like I think 25 or 30 something shades. It was a lot. In 3 different finishes. Really, really nice. Ooh. I think with this palette, there's just a simplicity to it that's really understated, really workable. Very pretty. So we could just leave it like that. Should we leave it like that? I don't think so. Because we're here to be bold, we're here to be daring, we're here to be Luxe, right? That's my name, Courtney B. Luxe. So we're here to be Luxe. So let's add a little bit of shimmer to this. Now, this white shade, I'm going to apply it with my finger. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So pretty. I'm just going to apply it into the inner corner. Now, I could have used a brush, but I think with a shimmer shade like this, I think your finger is the best method of application. Oh, pretty. What do we think? So nice. And I'm not getting a ton of fallout, just ever so slightly, just a little bit, but nothing really to speak of. That is effortless. I'm just building up this dark shade a little bit more into the outer corner. Really nice. So pretty. Okay. So I think this is a look you could do for every day, maybe without the sparkle or a little bit less sparkle, but this is really a beautiful nighttime look, or if you want to elevate your daytime look to nighttime, I think this is a beautiful palette to do that. This is just a stunning, stunning look. So pretty. I'm going to dip into the blue shade. I'm just going to do a little bit of a liner on top. I'm not going to do it on the bottom right now just because I have to take this look off anyway. It's a little bit messy when I do a bottom liner or mascara, but since I'm taking this off just to do another full look, we'll just do the top for now. Now, you don't have to put blue, but I just want to show you how it mixes with the other colors. So what do we think of look number 1? Now just imagine this with mascara, maybe a bit of a liner under here. Absolutely beautiful. This formula is just exceptional. So creamy, so smooth. This is a beautiful palette. I've only done one look and I'm already in love with it. So nice. So now we're going to do on the other side more of a brown tone look, because at the end, I really want to combine the blue with this duochrome shade. It's so pretty. I'm excited to try that. But we're going to be a little bit more subdued for the next look. And I'm going to take a Shodo Zero brush from Rephr. And I'm taking the shade right here. It is a little bit messy in the pan, so just make sure you wipe off any excess. And again, I do have my eyelids primed. I feel like so many of these shades would be great one and done shades. I think I'll get a lot of use out of this palette, actually. But I like a thicker eyeshadow formula. I don't like when an eyeshadow is so bare that you could barely see it. So nice. Like, say you just wanted to use that as the eyeshadow, pop a little eyeliner, a little mascara. You totally could do that for just a simple everyday look if you wanted to. So now we're going to build up more of the brown shades. Not getting any fallout, which is amazing. So I'm taking this brown shade right here. I'm just going to pop it over the lid, kind of. So these two shades right here, even though they look kind of different in the pan, they're competing a little bit. I think because they're full pigment eyeshadows, you have to be careful with layering them. But we're going to go with it. So now I'm just taking a Shodo number 28 brush. I'm trying to build up that true brown shade a little bit more. So I would say if you're using some of the shades that are a little bit similar to each other in the pan, maybe building them up on top of each other isn't the best idea. So while I'm not getting a ton of fallout on this palette, I would recommend maybe do your foundation after your eyeshadow with this if you're a little bit messy with your eyeshadow application. But you don't have to. It's just a little bit of a thicker, I don't say thicker, that's not the right word. It's so fully pigmented that it might be better to do your foundation afterwards, just throwing that out there. But you don't have to. I mean, I did my foundation first and I'm okay. But just throwing that out there just because it's so powdery. Like you see how I'm getting a little bit right here from my brush. Maybe better off just doing your complexion products after the palette. But again, not necessary if you're maybe a little bit less messy than I'm being right now. Okay. So now I'm going to take the shimmery shadow right here in the middle. I'm going to pop that in the middle for like a halo effect. It's pretty. Again, you could do this with a brush, but the shimmery shades is always better, in my opinion, to do with your finger. But this is buttery smooth. This is not a dry, shimmery shade, like almost like a Patrick Todd that's almost dry, or even Makeup by Mario. His shimmery shades are more dry. This is buttery smooth. You see how pigmented it is? It's almost like a, not a wet formula, but kind of, it's almost like a wet formula. So I really love this. That's it, kind of left out into the hand, but really pretty. I just think this is a great everyday palette / nighttime palette. You can really use it for both purposes. I think you could throw in your purse, have it at work, and if you need to go, to something at night after work, or you have dinner plans or something fun, I think this is a great palette just to throw in your purse. It's very small. It's a mini palette, right? It's thin. It's not really a heavy lift. Throw it in your purse, and you can either freshen up during the day if you need to, or transform it from day to night. So really pretty. Just a beautiful, cool tone palette. Really nice. And just imagine both of these sides with mascara and eyeliner, how much more bold and fun these looks would be. They would be absolutely stunning. They're stunning right now, but even if you amp them up a little bit more, perfection. So these are the two different looks right now from the palette. Let me know, what do you think of these two looks? Really pretty. Okay. So I'm going to remove these looks, and then we're going to play with these shades. And I want to do also a little bit of a comparison swatching with the Makeup by Mario palette, just so you can see the difference. I think there is a difference in the type of eyeshadow formula that we're looking at here versus Makeup by Mario. It's up to you what you prefer. It's a different type of formula, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Let me take these off, and then we will start with our final look of the day. All right, beauty. So I'm back. I have removed the eyeshadow, sadly, and my eyelids are prepped and they're ready for the gorgeous look that we are going to create with the beautiful duochrome shade and that blue. It's just going to be perfection. If I can find the palette, because I put it down in front of me, went inside to fix all this up, and now I can't find it. Hooray, I found it. Okay, you should see how many brushes and everything I have in front of me. It's kind of funny, actually. I also got this very cool brush stand from Amazon the other day. Isn't this neat? So your brushes will not come out. And it's got like a little silicone base here. So if you have different brushes of different sizes, you could fit them in. So here you have a thinner brush. It fits in the little groove of the flower there. Or if you have like a thick brush like this, go right in the middle and see, they don't fall out. So I've been loving this. It's great for filming because I could just grab and go. All right, this one's being a little bit rebellious, but for the most part, they stay put. So I will link it down below, but I think it's very cool and actually very, very functional. Let me know, how do you store your makeup brushes? Do you have a system? Are they put in one place? Do you have them all over your house? Where are they? What are you doing with them? How do you organize them? Because I've been having a hard time keeping mine in check. I don't know, they keep going random places and I don't know. In my car and stuff, I'm kidding. I haven't found any in my car yet, but that will come one day, I'm sure. Okay, so let's move on to the palette again. Let me tell you, I have had a stressful few days the last few days. And all I could think of today while I was dealing with a lot of stress was, I can't wait to sit down and film for you guys. Like, this is so therapeutic for me. Just doing makeup, I think in general, is therapeutic. I think a lot of us use makeup and the time it takes to do our makeup as a time to just, reflect and calm down and relax and just chill. But filming for you guys, I just find it so much fun. I hope you enjoy my channel. So many of you are so kind in the comments. You let me know that you enjoy my content. I cannot tell you how much that means to me. Seriously, thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are the best and just the sweetest community. And I love the fact that we're building such a supportive and fun and sweet community here on my channel. It's the best. So I really enjoy filming for you guys and interacting with you guys. So even if you don't have anything to say about the products I'm reviewing, or if you don't have any questions, just say hi in the comments down below. Let me know that you're here. I love interacting with you guys. So I just took the Shodo Zero brush and went in with the blue shade, just to give it a more diffused look because it's such a full pigment, bold color. I didn't want to go in too deep with it. So now I'm going to take this shade right here. I'm so excited. Look how pretty that is. Okay. So now I'm going to take it and I'm just going to pop it into the inner corner. I'm taking my Shodo number 28 and just cleaning that up into the inner corner. Oh, what a pretty combination. I love this. Okay, I'm not crazy about the red that's coming through here. We're going to have to clean that up. But I'm just going to build it up a little bit more in that inner corner. So I love this combination. I'm going to try to take out this red because it looks like I have like pink eye coming out of my eye or something, or some other unsightly disorder that we don't need to show on camera that I don't have. Yeah, I just don't like that little pop of red. I'm going to fix that. Okay, now I'm just going in with a very small Nikki LaRose N21 brush. I'm just taking the lightest shade in the palette and just cleaning it up. There we go. No problem. Easy fix. Just take that. Just take that one. It's very hard to do on camera in reverse almost. Taking this one. Yes, this one. And just cleaning that up. Just softening that edge there. What a beautiful look. So pretty. And you could even take this brush with that duochrome shade and just add a little bit in that area for a little more definition. I'm going to take the white shimmery shade and I'm just going to take the Nikki LaRose N23 brush. I'm just doing a very light dusting on that inner corner there. Yeah, that's really pretty. Yeah, I think that kind of balances the look, gives that inner corner the little pop that it needs. Ooh, I'm loving this. It's so pretty. Isn't it pretty? Okay, so let's recreate the look on the other side. I'm taking my little wispy Shodo 00 brush again and just going into the blue shade. Just make sure that you take off some of the excess either on your hand or on the corner of the palette. I'm not crazy about doing that just because it's a little messy. It's just in your hand like that. And then apply it to the outer edge. Now I'm not using a base shade Because with this palette, like I said, since these are so fully pigmented, the base shade is a color in itself, and you start building them up and you kind of lose the effect of the color on top because you have such a fully pigmented shade on the bottom. I didn't want to lose the full effect of the dual chrome shade or this blue shade here. So that's the blue shade right there. Really easy to work with. I didn't think this palette would be so much fun, but it's a fun palette. Almost drop the brush. Okay. So now we're taking, well, just look at that beautiful blue shade on its own. Like if you were to take this white shade right here, actually, you know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to do 4 looks for this video because this is beautiful. And you know, I like to have a more cohesive look by the end of the video, but you know what? Let's live and let live, right? Let's throw caution to the wind. Let's do it. So we're going to go in with this white shade and popping it in. So just popping that white shade right there. Now with the white shade, could I have used the base underneath, you know, one of the more neutral colors? Yes, but I don't think it's totally necessary. Oof. Ace Princess vibes, you kidding me? And I'm just going a little bit above the eye so that you can see the full effect. Even my eyes are not like doing this, you know, influencer-esque. I'm not an influencer, believe me, but doing that influencer-esque, you know, look down with the eyes. I'm doing it above the crease of the eye so that you can see the full effect even when my eyes are just, you know, looking at you like this. Just going back in with the blue shade, just a little bit. Like that. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of a smaller brush. Just go back in with the white shade again. Just to make sure I'm hitting the entire inner corner of the eye. And do a little inner corner highlight right there. What I think you could do with this eyeshadow palette is combine these eyeshadows with the eyeshadow 6 that Anastasia Beverly Hills came out with. I think that would be a beautiful combination. I did consider pairing them in this video, but I wanted to give this palette its due time and due consideration. So I didn't want to, you know, mix and mingle the products, but I think they would make a beautiful combination. So these are the 2 other looks that I created. I'm going to put on mascara and eyeliner, but tell me what you think. Okay, I'm going back in with the Nikki LaRose N21 brush. I'm just doing a very light dusting of the blue underneath just to give it a little bit of definition. Very nice. And then on the other side, almost poke myself in the eye with the eyeshadow brush. I think I haven't done that in a couple of videos, so I'm kind of proud of myself. Oh, there I go. I did it. Yay for me. So if you enjoy seeing me poke myself in the eye with an eyeshadow brush or just my content in general, and if you love keeping up to date with all the latest in makeup and beauty, I would hope you would consider subscribing. We would seriously love to have you here. We are a growing community of beauty lovers and friends. We have so much fun on this channel, in the comments, on the videos, all that stuff. So I would love it if you were to consider subscribing. And if you're hanging out on your couch, you don't want to get up to go to the computer to subscribe, whatever, don't worry about it. I'm going to put up a QR code on the screen. It'll bring you to my page and you could just hit subscribe and join in on the fun. We would seriously love to have you here. And also, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. We have so much fun chatting in the comments. It makes my day when you guys comment on my videos. So please make sure you leave me a comment. And if you're interested in any of the products that I'm reviewing or anything on my face or anything like that, I have a Shop My link down in the description box below. So I'd encourage you to check that out if you want to see what I'm wearing or you want to find out more details about the products. And as always, please let me know if you have any questions about shades, what I would recommend, maybe for your skin tone, things like that. I would love to help you if I can. Sometimes when people are picking out foundations, they'll message me, ask me a question, or put a comment down below. I always try my best to help you guys figure out what might be best because I know how hard it is to pick out shades online. It's almost nearly impossible, but I will try to help you as best I can. And in case you're wondering what skin tone I am, I'm a neutral skin tone. Sometimes I buy a cool shade, but for the most part, I am a light neutral. So in case that helps you pick out your shade based on what I'm wearing, that's what I am. But all of this to say, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for being here. Would love it if you were to subscribe and join in on the fun. And if you do decide to subscribe, welcome. All right, so let me put on some mascara off camera and a little bit of eyeliner, and I will be right back. So, these are the completed looks. What do we think? I think this is a stunning palette. Do I think it's necessary? If you love cool tones, if you love to do a blue eyeshadow look, if you love neutrals, I think it's necessary. For $32, you're getting a very, very good quality palette. The only thing I will say is that some of the shades are a little bit similar. You take this shade right here and this shade, like these two shades right here, they're different. Once they're on the eyelids, it's kind of hard to tell the difference, but either way, it's a beautiful palette, very functional. This white shimmer shade is perfection. The blue shade is perfection. This duochrome shade is perfection. The palette as a whole is just beautiful. It is full pigment, like ABH says it is. And for $32, you're getting a very, very good quality palette, and you can create some stunning looks. Now, let me just do a quick comparison showing you the swatches from Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette. Now, as you can see, these color stories, they're similar. But I think the formulas are pretty different that you can justify having both. Like I always say, I can always justify having two of anything similar. But I'm just going to pick out some of the shades that are the most similar and compare them for you. I can't swatch the whole palette on my short little hand, because if you're looking for, the YouTuber with the long arms and they can fit, 24 pan palette on their one arm, it's not me. I'm sorry. It's not. I'm too short for that. So we're gonna go with what we have. We're gonna go with what God gave me. Just trying to pick out the shades that are the most similar to each other. I don't know why I always do this at an angle, but let's go with it. So this is the ABH palette, and this is the Makeup by Mario palette. So Makeup by Mario, ABH. So if you look up close, you will see that the shimmer shades from the Makeup by Mario palette have more of that ethereal, drier formula. They're not as noticeable as the ABH. See how the ABH is almost like blinding because it's so fully pigmented? Makeup by Mario has that more ethereal, sun-kissed, moon-kissed, celestial effect. The ABH is your powerhouse if you're looking for that instant impact with the sparkle. So it's really a preference. Some people love the Makeup by Mario sparkle effect. Some people don't love it. So if you're not a fan of the Makeup by Mario shimmery effect and you want a similar color story to that palette, this is a great option. But do you need both of these? The shopping enabler in me wants me to say yes. Practically speaking, no. Because I think you could do similar looks. I think the main difference with these palettes are the effect of the shimmer shade. So if you like that drier formula, you love that Makeup by Mario formula, stick with the Ethereal Eyes palette. But I don't think that this would be an unwelcome addition to your collection if you have this already, because the shimmers are very different in their impact and how they apply and things like that. So I could see having both. I'm glad I have both for different purposes, because sometimes you don't want that, very bold shimmer effect on the eye. Sometimes you do. This keeps closing on me. So if you love the color story from this Makeup by Mario, but you're looking for something with a little bit more pigment, go with the ABH and you'll be happy that you have both. But if not, then stick with the Makeup by Mario palette. So I hope that is helpful. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions. Let me take this off my hand here so that I don't go like this while I'm finishing up filming and get shimmer in my hair and blue in my hair, because that would be a good look for me, but not today. Today's not the day. So let me take this off and I'll be right back. Okay, so that wraps up my review of the brand new Anastasia Beverly Hills, or ABH as we may call her, Haze palette. I absolutely love this palette. Do I think it's necessary? Yes, I do. Do I say that to you a lot? Maybe I do. But I think in all honesty, for the price of $32, you're getting a beautiful palette that you can very easily transition from day to night. You can do a more bold look like I have on these makeup loving eyes of mine right now, or you could do more neutral looks that I showed you earlier, or you can create even more beautiful looks using this palette. So I hope that you found this helpful. I'm so glad that you all encouraged me to try out this palette on camera, because I had my doubts. I said, you know what, it's cool toned. It's kind of, maybe basic, right? But this is not a basic palette. You can create many beautiful looks with this, and I cannot wait for many of you to try it. Let me know in the comments down below if you're interested in trying it, if you have any questions, what your thoughts are. What'd you think of the looks I created? Did you enjoy seeing me poke myself in the eye with an eyeshadow brush? All those things. Let me know in the comments down below. And please also make sure that you subscribe because I am giving away one of these Chanel denim eggs from the brand new Chanel denim collection that hasn't even launched yet. This is launching February 19th. But I'm giving one of my subscribers this beautiful, adorable little denim case with the corresponding moisturizer. So you will get both of these if you win. So in order to enter the giveaway, you have to do 3 things. Please subscribe to my channel and also make sure that your subscriptions are turned on public so I can verify that you're subscribed. And the second thing is to like this video. And lastly, please leave me a comment down below letting me know how many times per week are you wearing denim and where are you tuning in from. So those are the 3 requirements for the giveaway. It ends February 10th. Let me know if you have any questions about the giveaway, and I hope that you decide to enter because this is a fun one and I'm super excited about it. All right, so let me know in the comments down below what you think. Please make sure that you subscribe and hit the little notification bell. We have a lot of fun spring releases coming up. I wouldn't want you to miss out on anything. Thank you so much for your time. I know we all have really, really busy lives, so the fact that you choose to spend any part of your day with me means the world to me, and I appreciate you. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.